So in this video, we're going to talk about how to practice for beautiful ornaments. So ornaments, as we're talking about them here, so there are two types of ornaments. There are many types, but the way when I'm talking about, we have left-hand ornaments, which are all about slurs, hammer-ons and pull-offs. They're all done in the left hand. And then there's another type, which are cross string, which I am not very good at, and they have to do with the right hand. What we're talking about in this video are left-hand slur-based ornaments. And so what we're going to do is look at slur exercises and ways to practice our left-hand exercises to beef us up for ornaments. So let's just do that right now. So what we have here is just a regular old hammer-on. So I'm just using the 3 and 4 fingers on the 3rd and 4th fret on the 2nd string. And you could do this anywhere with any 2 fingers and any string, any place on the fretboard. So here we have just a regular hammer-on exercise, right? With the 3 and the 4, which is a great exercise in general for your left hand. And so what we have then here is an accent. And this accent is placed right here on the first beat. So it's... So we're listening to the accent being louder than the unaccented note. And so that's just a basic hammer-on. That's step number 1. Step number 2 is to put the accent on the hammered note. So we're going to play the first note very quiet, the D quietly, and then we're going to slam on that second note like a ton of bricks. Because oftentimes in ornaments, it's not the first note that gets ornamented, it's the last note. And so if you do it as a slur, you might need to go to the beat. Go to the accented note. So then we're going to work to make the second note of the slur the loud note. And this is just a great way to practice slurs anyway. And you just have to use some serious force and just press through the fretboard. Then we can also do the exact same things with pull-offs, with descending slurs. So we have loud, soft, loud, soft. As a quick reminder for the pull-offs, whenever you're doing a pull-off, descending slur, pull down and into the fretboard, not flip up into the air. You're not just lifting, you're pulling down and in, sliding off the side of the string. So then loud, soft, and then reverse it, soft, loud, soft, loud. Now when you do a pull-off loud, the second note is oftentimes very tinny and bright. It's not a very beautiful note, but all the same, it's part of ornament practice. And again, you can do this with the 2, 3 fingers. And just a quick note on accents, it's the unaccented note that makes the accent. So be sure on these second exercises to play the first note very quietly with your right hand, so that way you have a chance of actually getting louder than it. So now we've put the accent on both the first note and the second note of our slurs, and we've done it with all of our fingers, all of our different finger combinations. Once we've done that, we can start putting these into 3-note groupings. So now I'm just up here on the 1 and 2 fingers here, but you could continue to do it on all the fingers. And so that is to do a triplet. First a hammer-on, then a pull-off. 3 notes. And now we're going to put the accent on the first. Loud, soft, soft, loud, soft, soft. Still in the soft, still doing the good technique of pulling down and in. Then putting it on the last note. And really making a point of accenting it. So now we're doing the exact same thing, but we're adding an extra note in there. And we can also do this with starting with the pull-off and then doing the hammer-on afterwards. So now we have first note loud, 1, 2, 3, loud, soft, soft, and the opposite, soft, soft, loud, soft, soft, loud, and you have to really slam it in there to get that last note to try to be as loud as possible. So then that is this next stage of our slur practice. As we progress, we can add another note in there. So now we have hammer-on, pull-off, hammer-on, pull-off, hammer-on, 4 notes, triplet. all the different fingers. And then we can also then put it on the final note. And it might not sound like the last note is all that much louder, but just try your best to get it that loudest. And of course, always practice the 3 and 4 more than any of the other ones, because they're oftentimes that's where your trills lie, is in the 3 and 4 finger, but they're also the weakest. So give them good practice. And then we can reverse that, number 7 here, and go into, and then also put it on the final beat. And that can drive us both away from the beat and to the beat. As you practice, you can notice in your music how ornaments appear. So one of the ways that we'll see them is like this. You'll have a note, and then you'll have another note, and then there'll be this little 16th note thing going like this to the note. And then that's your ornament, right? And so then what you might want to play then is this particular rhythm. Bum. So 1, 2, and 3. And that might be the way that you're going to play that. You could also compress that into the last, instead of 2 8th notes, you could do 2 16th notes here. You could structure it however you want to, but that's the way it's looking. So then one of the ways that we can drive this to the beat instead of putting it on the beat is to do this also as a pull off. That first note. So we're going to pull off to here, pull off to there, and then play the final note. So then our ornament starts with a pull off. So now we have 1 and 2 and 3. Hammer on. So then the exercise is this. 1, hammer on, pull off, play again, hammer on, pull off, hammer on, play. So then the right hand here is only playing on these accents. So the next stage then, after doing this, is to take one of the right hand notes out. And so now we just have 1, 2, 3. So now we're only playing here on the downbeat, but then this is still an accent, but it's a big slur, the entire thing. What a workout for the hand. And as before, we can then go into adding more notes into triplets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Also starting on the top side. So both ways like that, adding in to 16th notes and anything else. So the name of the game in ornaments is slurs. And so ultimately, to practice and for beautiful ornaments, the trick is to have beautiful slurs. To be able to accent the lower note, to be able to accent the higher note, to be able to start ornaments with a pull off. And that's going to be one of the big ones in your pieces, is to start your ornaments. If they're before the beat, start them with the pull off instead of re-articulating it. It'll make it sound funny. So the main thing is that you just a little bit each day, do a little bit of slurs. These are the best exercises for the hands anyway, honestly, for the left hand. So enjoy those. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do. And I look forward to seeing you again in the future. Bye.